Hello, Namaskar, Vanakkam, the Bullet Short Revision series for the entire English literature syllabus from Flamingo and Vistas for CBSE Class 12 English. Let's start going places. What happens in this particular story? So, the main character is a person called Sophie who dreams of owning a boutique but faces a rather bleak future because she's working in a biscuit factory, obviously not providing her with enough financial resources. She fantasizes about being a manager, actress, or a fashion designer. Her family, especially her father, and she has one good friend. Her family, especially her father, dismisses her rather unrealistic ambitions. She claims to have met footballer Danny Casey, though it is unlikely true. So it's about imagining something which you want to come true. Sophie convinces herself of a second meeting with Danny, but he never arrives. Left disappointed, she clings to her imagined reality. So, what are the themes? And this is the themes of this particular story are important. Okay, let's go through them one by one. One of daydreaming and imagination, where Sophie indulges in wild fantasies as an escape from reality. She's living out fantasies because she wants to experience dreams that may not really come true. The third theme is of ambition versus reality. That while she dreams big, she wants to own a boutique or she wants to become an actress, but she faces practical limitations, financial hurdles. There is a contrast between Sophie and her friend Janzi. Sophie is a dreamer while Janzi is a much more of a realistic person. There is also the theme of social class and their aspirations. Obviously, they come from a lower middle class kind of family. So the story highlights the financial struggles and the desire that they have, the urge for a better life. Then there is the family dynamics. Sophie, the brother, the father. Sophie's dreams clash with her family's practicality. And the last theme of hero worship. She idolizes her brother Jeff and footballer Danny. Then the theme of loneliness and the need for attention. This, according to me, is probably the most important theme because her fantasies stem from a desire for validation. She wants acceptance, right? So that's why I say loneliness and the need for attention, the need for validation is an important theme. The pain of disillusionment ends with disappointment when fantasy meets reality. Now, what is the message that is conveyed through this particular story? It highlights the lure, means the temptation and danger of escapism through fantasies, that you keep living in a different world. In your head, you are living in a different world, which may not be true, which will not be true, and much more importantly and dangerously, if it is far removed from reality. It contrasts dreams versus harsh realities of life, and it shows how unrealistic expectations lead to disappointment. What are the few figures of speech which have been used in this particular story? There is simile, there is imagery, quite a lot, and also a lot of hyperbole, where heard the 50,000 catch their breath. Obviously, it's an exaggeration. This is in the last paragraph of the story. Let's look at some of the extract based questions. This is the first extract. Just go through it 10 seconds, and then we will look at the questions that follow. See, the whole idea is to do this short, quick revision, bullet short revision stories, so that you are able to kind of get a sense of what the thing is that, and while I'm doing it, I'm also explaining, so it helps you much more. Okay, so Janzi is linking arms with her along the street. What emotion does linking arms convey? Interesting question, which is why you need to read the text, understand the English. हिंदी से इंग्लिश कन्वर्ट करोगे तो उतने ही मार्क्स मिलेंगे. That's my limited point. Okay, so having hatred, having affection, linking arms. When you hold arms and walk, it conveys a sense of bonhomie, a sense of friendship, a sense of affection. Takes money, so something like that. What does takes money imply? Now, if you are going to translate it from Hindi to English, you will go wrong with this. Takes money means you need to spend money, invest money. So that's what it means. Option A. Let's look at the second extract. Quickly go through it, 10 seconds, and then we will look at the questions. Okay. Sophie was jealous of Jeff's silence because he shared everything with Sophie, shared nothing with Sophie, he shared everything with his father, none of the above. The correct option is option B. Which of the following is a synonym of apprentice? Novice. Novice means someone who doesn't know anything. Okay, that's not the same thing as apprentice. Apprentice means someone who is a trainee, is undergoing training. So option B. Which of the following is an antonym of voluntarily? Voluntarily means when you do something on your own. Obligatory is when something is imposed, that you have to come to school by 8 a.m. every day. So that is obligatory, mandatory, compulsorily. So option D. Words had to be priced out. So you see the kind of MCQs that you get in CBSE are also to do with word meanings, idioms, phrases, apart from what you read in the text, and to be able to correlate what you have read in the text to the general form of English. That's how CBSE is different from ICSE and ISC. Words had to be, or the state boards, word had to be priced out of him like stones out of the ground. This line is an example of simile, because the moment you see the word like out here. Let's look at some subjective questions that I've written. Why do you think the author leaves it vague about whether Sophie indeed met Casey or not? It is possible that the author A.R. Barton wanted the daydreaming aspect to come out by leaving it open-ended. It also lends the story a sense of mystique that may have been the intention as well. So here you see the question is phrased as why do you think? So it is asking your opinion. So you are giving two reasons why this may have happened. Now this could well be a 2-mark question. So if you write a 2 possibilities, you will score 2 marks. So that's how I have written out here. Now this is an important question. Justify the title of the story. You can take a screenshot. I will try to fit in as much as possible out here. Going places conveys the feeling of a journey into a dream world. It is only in our fantasies, dreams, imagination that we can travel to the remotest parts of the world, dine with a celebrity, or be on top of the world. The reality of the real world, however, is contrary to this and confines us to the 4 walls of a room or of a house, like in the case of Sophie. Sophie, who lives in the world of her dreams, finds her reality quite suffocating because it's a small house, they are not very well off, so she finds refuge. Please use these kind of phrases. She finds refuge in her fantasies and dreams. She belongs to a lower middle class family but imagines herself to be the owner of the best boutique in town. She sometimes sees herself as the manager of some store, an actor, or a fashion designer. It is in her imagination that she meets Danny Casey, the rising football star. She even fixes up a date with him in her imagination and actually travels to the place and waits for him to show up. Sophie seemed to be moving from one dream to another in her mind. When the harsh reality stares at her face, she refuses to let it defeat her. The title Going Place thus suits the character and the story. So you link it and talk about the various instances and then you make it a well-rounded answer. Resignation was no sudden thing. Now this is from the text. So you could be asked about to explain a particular sentence, which is why again I repeat, important to read the text. The phrase resignation means to accept something that is inevitable. The author wants to convey that Sophie's acceptance of the fact that Danny Casey would not come to meet her was a gradual process. She had been daydreaming about their meeting for a long time, and it was not easy for her to let go of that dream. The phrase no sudden thing means that it took time for Sophie to come to terms with this reality. She did not give up on her dream overnight. She had to go through a process of grieving and acceptance. So resignation and no sudden thing. I have kind of broken up the sentence and explained what each and every word and phrase means. So the author's use of this phrase, now you come to the larger thing as to why Barton has used this particular phrase, is significant because it shows that Sophie is a complex character. She's not simply a dreamer who is unwilling to face reality. She's also someone who is capable of feeling disappointment and sadness. So the phrase also foreshadows the end of the story. Sophie does not end up meeting Danny Casey, but she does not give up on her dream. She realizes that she can still achieve her goals even if they are not the same goals that she had originally set for herself. Now, this is the kind of question that you may get asking for your opinion relating it to the world of today. So it is natural for teenagers to have unrealistic dreams. On the basis of your reading of this text and about generally in life, comment on the advantages and disadvantages of such fantasizing. So here you are not expected to write directly about Sophie. You are expected to write a more philosophical insight into what you think about this kind of a statement. So, Going Places explores the theme of teenage dreams and fantasies. The narrative revolves around Sophie, who dreams of escaping her mundane life and pursuing exciting adventures. So, ये हो गया. So, you on the basis of your reading के लिए ये लिख दिया, right? इसके बाद you have to write your opinion. Teenagers' dreams and fantasies can serve as a powerful motivator, encouraging them to work hard and strive for their goals. It can also encourage creative thinking and innovation. Teenagers often come up with imaginative and innovative ideas during their fantasies, which can later translate into real world pursuits. Fantasizing provides a means of escape from the challenges and stresses of teenage life. It allows teenagers to momentarily retreat into a world of their own creation, providing relief from the pressures they may face. So, even if the dreams are unrealistic, they provide some kind of a momentary relief from the drudgery of their daily existence. So, if you write a very comprehensive answer like this, nothing will stop you from scoring a 3 out of 3. However, excessive fantasizing can lead teenagers to disengage from reality. So, what did the question ask? Advantages and disadvantages. So, you have mentioned the advantages. Now, you are mentioning the disadvantages. And neglect important responsibilities such as schoolwork, relationships, and personal development. Teenage fantasies can set unrealistic expectations. Please use this phrase for the future, making it difficult for individuals to accept and adapt to the realities of adulthood. They can also result in a disconnection from family and friends. With this, we come to the end of this quick revision video with question and answers for Going Places. I hope this has been of use to you. We will meet you now next in another video, most likely from Vistas. Okay, Tata, bye-bye.